Hello, my name's Dan and this is Other Adventures Await Me. And today I've been inspired by another set of content providers from a little upstart called The Running Channel. Now, you might have heard of that, but recently one of their presenters, Sarah Hartley, has taken on an underground marathon in Sweden, literally running 26.2 miles in a mine. And I thought, that's absolutely crazy. So what other crazy events are out there? So here are five events that I think are just a little bit crazy. First up, we're heading to Africa, specifically South Africa, for the Comrades Marathon. The Comrades Marathon is arguably one of the most legendary and challenging races in the world. It's often referred to as the ultimate human race. The race is held in KwaZulu-Natal province of South Africa. It runs between the cities of Durban, which is on the coast, and Pietermaritzburg, which is inland. The race was established in 1921 to honour South African soldiers who were killed during the First World War. The distance is an ultramarathon, which is approximately 87 to 90 kilometres, or about 54 to 56 miles, but the distance varies each year. It is the world's oldest and largest ultramarathon. The direction of the course alternates annually. One year is the up year, and the next year is the down year, starting in Durban and Pietermaritzburg accordingly. However, there is a strict 12-hour cut-off time, and runners must cross the finish line before this time to officially complete the race and receive their medal. If you want to see a really good video about the 2025 race, then check out this video by Ben Parkes. It's definitely worth a watch. I'll leave you the link in the description below. Next up, we're heading to Sweden for an event called the Vatternrundan, which, for those of you who are of a nervous disposition and don't do anything but running, this is a cycling event. Sorry. The Vatternrundan is one of the world's largest and most famous recreational bike rides, held every year in Sweden. It's a 315-kilometre cyclosportive event that takes place around the Lake Vättern, which is Sweden's second largest lake. The start and finish lines are in the town of Motala and takes place over 2 weekends every June. It attracts close to 23,000 participants and is a non-competitive endurance of challenge, often ridden overnight by many participants. But however, the event has grown to include several shorter rides as part of a cycling week. And we're staying in Sweden and swapping bikes for skis with the Vasaloppet. I think that's how it's pronounced anyway. The Vasaloppet is a long-distance ski race that draws tens of thousands of participants every year. This legendary race, known as the Vasa Race in English, is the oldest and largest cross-country ski race in the world. It was first held in 1922 and is inspired by the legendary journey of King Gustav Vasa, who in 1521 fled the Danish king's soldiers. It runs 90 kilometres, which is about 56 miles, from Salland to Mora in the Dalarna province. It is held annually on the first Sunday of March. The main race alone typically sees around 15,000 skiers, and the entire Vasaloppet week features several races over different distances. For those of you who subscribe to Netflix, there is a really enjoyable Swedish feature film called Off Track, which features the story of a brother and sister who take on this mammoth event. Maybe check that out. So back to running for this next event, but we're not escaping the snow. No, in actual fact, we're not even escaping Scandinavia. We're going to the Norwegian city of Tromsø. The Polar Night Marathon offers a much different experience to your typical city marathon. It is Tromsø's unique winter running event, and it takes place when the sun doesn't come above the horizon, which is also known as the Polar Night. As is in the far north of the Arctic Circle, this race takes place in the middle of January during the day, but with no direct sunlight. The sky offers features unique to a twilight, with the beautiful Arctic colours making it an excellent opportunity to spot the northern lights. Average weather due to the Gulf Stream is relatively mild for its latitude, with average temperatures in January of only -4 degrees, but it can drop lower. Now, if you're not a fan of the cold, or the darkness, then maybe check out the summer version of the event, which takes place during the midsummer where the sun doesn't set. So you start at 11 p.m. from Tromsø, run an out and back course, and you get to experience the midnight sun. Lovely. And for our final race, we're going to stay in Norway, and we're going to go to its capital, Oslo, to a city I've been to before and I've taken part in a couple of events there. It's the Oslo Trippelen. In the Oslo Trippelen, or Oslo Triple, you run a total of 73 kilometres, completing 3 distances: the marathon, half marathon, and a 10k known as 10 for Greta, which is named after the famous runner Greta Weiss. All of this takes place during the BMW Oslo Marathon Festival. In total, you will run 3.5 laps of the course, starting and finishing in Radhusplatsen, which is the town hall. And certainly by the end of the third race, you will know Oslo like a native. Although this event is shorter than Comrades, it's a whole different vibe, as in each race you'll be running with people who are focused on just that race, whilst you're just looking to keep going. Speaking personally, as I turn 55 in a couple of years' time, I would be very, very tempted by this Oslo Trippelen. I love the city, I love the vibe of Norway, and I like running, so what's not to love? Maybe one for the future for me. So which of these events takes your fancy the most? So why not give me a like, or even subscribe to the channel, or click the notifications icon to be told when there's new videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm sure we'll see each other again soon. Take care. Bye now.